Okay, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's your host, Shane Guilford, and you've got us for round 9 of the British Touring Car Championship for 2023. The field is set, and we have all our top drivers in tonight, so practice times are showing that it's going to be an awesome racing. Very open, a lot of passing maneuvers, a lot of opportunities, a lot of deep braking and passing opportunities here and maneuvers, so looking forward to it. We've got a few different manufacturers represented on track, so we're going to get right to it. Before we do that, we'll just show you the season standings thus far before round 9. And it's Eric Chandra hitting the front after last round of Kyle Army. Very consistent. Look at that, the top 3, only 3 points separating the 3. And Vlad missing that one, so he drops down to 3rd place. But Braden Pritchard still in 2nd. Eric promotes himself to the current leader. Matthew Pritchard in 4, and Scott Flack stays still at 5. Frederick Sarkis and James Sarkis move up a spot. Jason Brooks missing a couple of the last races too, so he's dropped down into 8. Troy Kozlowski moving closer up into the top 10, currently in P9, with Jamie Walker rounding out the top 10 for the championship. Okay, so almost all of those names are here with us tonight, excluding Jamie Walker, so watch this space after round 9. Alright, we're going to get on track now with qualify with 6 minutes to go. Boys have been out for a good hour or so on practice. Definitely showing us the advantages of getting a good practice session in. The lap times are coming down by almost a full second. Braden Pritchard in P4 with a 147.7. James Sarkis with a 104.7. So look how tight it is, the top. Look at that. The top 6 all within half a second of each other. Chandra still within the full second, but there's still 6 minutes to go. In quali, our series sponsor, Braden Pritchard, Interflow Plumbing, throwing up some more prize money after tonight's round. James Sarkis lapping out in front. He's currently on pole, provisional pole with Vlad Tokarev, the first of the Subarus. He's in currently in P2 at the moment. Matthew Pritchard just coming out on a fresh set, so he's on his outlap. We'll go to Jason Brooks from Victoria, currently in P5. He should be advancing pretty soon. He's on a 105 flat at the moment, so he should be getting in the 104s pretty soon. Frederick Sarkis coming to grips with the car and track, currently in P6, but his practice session times were a lot quicker than that, so I don't think he's done a clean one. Just getting pipped by Eric Chandra, who's running those brakes really hot. As you can see him just pulling up his lap now. Scott Flack for SimHaus Racing coming out for his outlap. Hopefully he doesn't get a penalty for crossing the line on the pit exit. Currently in P8, yet to post a lap. Alright, Luke Tolhurst's been practicing for a couple of hours now. He's up in P9, but he's better than that. He hasn't posted a lap yet either, so we'll go to Jeff Wynn. Just ahead in the second of the Subarus on track. He's giving it a go. We'll see how he fares at the end of the 11-lap race. It's going to be 5 11-lap races tonight. He's just pulling that one up. Alright, Troy Kozlowski from Queensland in P11 at the moment. And Phil Whiteman I'm sure he's from South Australia. Let me just check for you guys that are listening at home. Newcastle, my apologies. I knew it was Newcastle or South Australia. So Phil Whiteman joining us. He had some commitments, but it looks like he's made it on track and he's currently in P12. Vlad taking pole at the moment from James Sarkis and Pritchard. The Pritchards, Matthew and Braden, are brothers. So I've given you the initials there so you can tell the difference. Matthew racing for Matrix Plumbing and Braden racing for Interflow Plumbing. 200 bit minutes to go in quali. It's just over a 1 minute lap here. So very short circuit. It's the Hampton Downs National Circuit. So a bit of the shortened version. Making it nice and tight and keeping the drivers together. A couple of the boys racing from Entertainment Park here in Bankstown, and that's where I'll be commentating and hosting this event from. So if you ever get a chance to come down and try out our full motion simulators, we're at Millpera Road, right outside the Bankstown Aerodrome. Open 10 to 10, 7 days a week. Alright, the boys have still got a minute and a half left to go. Chantra sitting on a 105 flat. And it's very tight. There's actually 4 drivers sitting on the 104s. 105s, I should say. Very tough nut to crack to get into the 104s at the moment. Only Vlad James and Matthew Pritchard managing to do it thus far. Eric Chantra racing with us from Indonesia. Struggling to get into the top 5 at the moment, but that's just his qualified pace. Wait for the race pace. He'll definitely be there towards the end. Vlad Togarev's had a bit of a... We haven't seen him for a couple of races, so it's good to have him back, racing all the way from Russia, just to kick butt all year long. Eric Chantra's got a lot of second places this year, so hence why we've nicknamed him the bridesmaid, always coming second. But he's determined to win one of these events. As he did post the fastest sector 1 on this lap, but he's dropped the pace in the second sector. But does he have enough to get up further in the field as the checkered flag drops? This will be his last attempt. Cutting the pit entry there, coming around the corner, taking the tightest line. And he moves up into P3, right on the death, so congratulations, Eric Chantra. Vlad's still out there. No, he's parked it as well. Sarkis. So on his last lap, looking good so far. He definitely looks like he wants that pole position, but he's got to give us some purple sectors. And there it is, the middle sectors. Deep purple. Last corner coming onto the main straight. That's flat chat, full accelerator. Can he get pole in the last minute, crossing the line? Only a couple of meters to go. Oh, he's just corrected, gone wide. Is that enough to keep the momentum to take pole? No, it's not. So qualifying goes to Vlad Tokarev on pole with a 104.553 behind him. James Sarkis doing a fantastic job to be on the front row with Vlad. Eric Chantra in P3, right on the death, getting the job done just ahead of Matthew Pritchard for Matrix Plumbing. Jason Brooks, our Victorian, qualifies in P5, and Braden Pritchard, series sponsor, is P6, right in front of Frederick Sarkis on the 4th row, with Scott Flack in P8. Luke Tolhurst and Jeff Wynn racing mates and mates in real life, 9 and 10. And then we've got Troy Cieslawski and Phil Whiteman rounding out the top 12. All right, quick commercial break. We'll be right back after this message. Okay, welcome back. Race 1, we're ready to go. It's a long way down that main straight. Very open and wide here at Hampton Downs, turn 1. But it tightens up on the exit. And we've got a tight right-hander as well at the end of this straight. So it's going to bring a lot of carnage. Are the boys ready to go? We'll find out. All right, a couple of seconds before we hear the lights. All right, revs rising. And that's a green flag dropping. Oh, Chandra coming out. Vlad getting a bad start there. Chandra getting the hole shot into turn 1. On it's 3 wide, all bumping. Ugly's back further in the field. Tokarev getting swamped from pole position, really struggling on at the early stages, falling back into P7 already from P1, but it's Chandra up front. Matthew Pritchard squeezed up the inside, and that's Sarkis going around as well. We've got Brooks and Frederick Sarkis, the 2 red Ford Focuses. There, P3s. Oh, so we've got a rolled car. Who's that? That looks like Frederick Sarkis falling down. So watch Frederick Sarkis. Does he collect the inside ripple and then just roll over? Yes, he does. Unfortunate for him. All right, back out in front, it's still Pritchard. Chandra, lap 1. Sarkis settling into P3, then Braden Pritchard, Jason Brooks, and here comes Vlad Tokarev. And Troy Cieslawski from the back of the field up into P7. Fantastic job. Scott Flack still in P8. Tolhurst slips back a couple in P9. Boys starting to settle in. Chandra just protecting that inside line, but it's cost him a bit of time. Is Braden going to try and come up the inside? James is going to have a go first. You can see the wheels lighting up, but we know to stay away from the inside ripple. Frederick Sarkis 12 seconds back behind the leaders as they start to thin out. Pritchard on the outside of Sarkis. Oh, and he gets the inside job done too, hugging that inside ripple. But Sarkis has got the momentum. We're on board now with Braden Pritchard chasing James Sarkis. This is for P3. Oh, 6 gear tapping out. Hugging it in nice and tight. Getting on the gas, hoping it sticks. Here comes Vlad up the inside of Brooks. Nicely done there. Braden Pritchard's next in his sights. Rear-wheel drive Subaru should be getting out of the corners a bit better than that. He's been showing us how strong the Subarus are this year. Pretty much one of the only drivers to be doing it all year. Jeff Wynn's giving it a crack as well as he moves up into P9, but watch him towards the end of the race. as the attrition on the tyres wears out for the front wheel drives and the Subarus just collect the positions. So Vlad's in a good spot for the lead at the moment, so keep an eye on that. Still Pritchard out in front. Chandra chasing right behind. Oh, Pritchard just going wide there, opening it up for Chandra, but he's protecting that line very strongly. One is clustering everyone else up behind it, squeezing him in. Brother Braden's fighting it out with James Sarkis, cousin of Frederick Sarkis, who rolled over before. Braden Pritchard just weaving down the straight there, trying to protect the line, but he's... Vlad's just come across Braden. We'll just try and see what happened there. So Vlad's come across, collected Braden and taken out Sarkis. That's how it all went down. So Togarev's still in P6, but Sarkis, James has fallen back to P8, unfortunately. Chandra's got up by Matthew Pritchard up the front. Look at the field, still stuck together. This is a fantastic circuit for these cars. Really built, typical British touring car circuit here in New Zealand, if you don't know where Hampton Downs is. Chandra out in front now, 5 laps out of 11, still under halfway. Oh, Pritchard and Brooks coming together. Now here comes Flacky. Go Flacky up the inside, oh, just touching, and now Vlad's going to get in the way here. Who's on the inside? Vlad's got the inside, really wrestling that car, losing control. Black's charging down Braden, who's slipping back now in a P5 after that. No, he got away cleanly from Tokarev and James Sarkis, but I think he's really struggling on that front tyres, as the front wheel drive cars will be doing. Matthew Pritchard keeping Eric Chandra honest out in front. Tolhurst up in a P7. James Sarkis slipping down to P8. Jeff Wynn will be in 9. That's Jaslowski, Whiteman, and here comes Frederick Sarkis, lapping in the 108s at the moment, which is a bit slower than the other guys. Chandra's last lap was a 106, and Brooksy on a 106 flat, and Pritchard losing over half a second on that lap alone, so he's falling back into P2, giving a full second away from Eric Chandra, but still in contention. As you can see, the track rubbering up now. The top 4 still inside of each other. Looks like Braden Pritchard's got heavier rear brake bias. As you can see, the rotors lighting up as we turn this corner. Not too bad on that turn. Black just getting up the inside of Braden Pritchard there in the background. Braden just trying to tuck in behind Scott Flack at the moment. This is the last sweeping turn. Flacky taking a double apex approach. So go down the main straight. It's an uphill run over the start finish line. They'll just tap out 6 gear as they sweep into turn 1. Downhill run. Semi-cambered, but opens up and gets in all sorts of trouble as Flack just hits the grass. But back out in front, Chandra's starting to stretch the lead here, but now the race is on for 3. That's Matt Pritchard, Tokarev and Brooksy So you can see, Brooks just collecting Pritchard as he comes across. Tokarev just getting the rear out to get out of the corner and get away from trouble here. So I just want to check in with the other Subaru because he should be collecting some more positions as the race goes on. We've got 3 laps to go. This is where the Subarus come into play. As we can see, Tokarev making his way after all that mess at the start of the race. He's come back to P2. And Frederick Sarkis has given up for this race and retired for this one. We've still got 4 races to go. So it's not all lost. Okay, so Tokarev's got about 1.5 seconds to chase, but that's probably not going to be enough to get Chandra too strong out front. Matthew Pritchard just struggling to stay on the podium for this race as he's got Jason Brooks right behind. Taking it nice and easy on this last corner. Got 2 laps to go, but look how much understeer he's getting with the old tyres. That front end will be heating up pretty badly towards the end of the race. Very dependent on the front end to turn in. Look at that gap to the lead now. Tokarev chasing down Eric Chandra as hard as he can. So it's Chandra, Tokarev, Pritchard still out in P3, but he's going to have to fight for it if he wants to hold that position. He's just maintaining his line pretty well. Oh, Brooksy on the inside. Will he get a good run? He won't have the better angle for this corner as Flacky comes up in a P5, moving up a few spaces. Oh, and there's a battle back here. That's James Sarkis defending against Tolhurst and Pritchard. So it's all on towards the end of the race. Not too sure where to look. Tolhurst, the pink car in the background there, coming up around the last corner, getting a lot better drive out of the corner there. He will have the inside line for turn 1. And looks like he'll take that position as he battles out with Pritchard. Yes, Luke taking that quite nicely. Jeff coming around, catching, but not enough. Phil Whiteman up in a P10 in the Wix Mercedes A45, and it's Troy Cieslawski in the Ned Whiskey Ford Focus. This is the battle for the lead on the last lap, ladies and gentlemen. We've got half a lap to go, 2 corners to go. This is coming up to the last corner. So you can see first and second right next to each other. Vlad's going to try and come up the inside and get a better drive, but Eric's going to hold that inside line and make him work for it round the outside, and he's not going to be able to do it. As Chandra looks like he's going to hold that for P1. Yes, congratulations. And Pritchard's going to hold out against Jason Brooks for P3 and P4. Just on the line. That brings Flack up in a 5. James Sarkis. Tolhurst in 7. Braden Pritchard. And then it's Jeff Wynn closing in, but not enough laps in that race, unfortunately. Here comes Phil Whiteman. And then it's Troy Cieslawski. I hope he crosses the line. He hasn't done that yet. Yes, now he does. Okay, so race results. It's Eric Chandra taking the win. over Vlad Tokarev. Matthew Pritchard in third, holding out against Jason Brooks. Scott Black out by himself in P5. That means James Sarkis settles in for P6 with Luke Tolhurst close behind in P7. Braden Pritchard falling back after a strong opening, and Jeff Wynn in 9, Phil Whiteman in 10. And then it's Troy Cieslawski and Frederick Sarkis. Alright, we're going to get ready for race 2, so make sure you stay tuned. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Race 2, we're ready to go. Looks, it's random grid from now on, so the starting line's going to look different each time. We've got Phil Whiteman, James Sarkis up front, Luke Tolhurst, Frederick Sarkis behind him, Jeff Wynn, Troy Cieslawski, Matt Pritchard, Jason Brooks, Chandra Pritchard, Tokarev and Scott Flack down the back. Race 2, off we go. Who's got the whole shot? Tolhurst trying to go up the inside. Looks like James Sarkis will have it. It's 3 into. Bit of a cluster down the back. Luke Tolhurst and Jeff Wynn. Braden Pritchard moving up into P3, further behind Chandra from the back of the grid. Troy Lasky up the inside, Matt Pritchard. Troy Lasky trying to hold the inside line. Tokarev getting pushed, everyone concertinaing now, pushing them further into their braking zones, but Sarkis back out in front, trying to hold it once again. Pole sitter for, not pole sitter, front row sitter for the first race is up in front for race 2. And Phil Whiteman from the pole position is back into P12. Okay, so we've got Sarkis and Frederick Sarkis. So these guys are cousins racing next to each other in simulators. They're probably shouting at each other across the seats from each other. Braden Pritchard, series sponsor, and his brother Matthew Pritchard behind him for Matrix Plumbing. Chandra, race 1 winner, up in a 5 so far. Troy Kozlowski holding firm in the middle here. It's all going on further on. Oh, Troy Kozlowski just going wide. Gets a Jim Mowing Award for that effort. Tokarev. And that's Jason Brooks up the inside. Tokarev really struggling in the Subaru in the opening laps, but watch him towards the end. The Subaru really loose on the first few laps, but once he settles in and gets him warmed up, he'll be off. And then he's got a lot of work to do as he gets through the field. Sarkis has got the fastest lap of the race so far with a 1:11.7, and it's a drag race down across the start-finish line. Oh, someone just went wide. There was 2 drivers there. Who was that? Jason Brooks. We'll just try and see what happened there. Coming across the start-finish line. Not too sure how Jason Brooks... Oh, Troy Kozlowski just coming across, taking out the back of Jason Brooks, unfortunately. Brooks falls down to P11. Troy Kozlowski gets caught up in that as well, resettles in P9. Sarkis is still out in front. Pritchard's 3rd and 4th. Chandra settling into P5 now. Vlad managed to get away with that, but you could see what the guys were doing as they were moving to the outside of the track, but Troy just didn't know that Jason Brooks was there as Vlad takes the fastest lap of the race. That's a 1:05.180. Scott Flack up there for SimHaus Racing. Jeff Wynn just getting loose towards the back there. You see the tail end of that, not happy at all. But he's got to use that to get around the corner. Oh, light on the foot. It's probably his first night racing in the... Oh, and further back I can see Tolhurst and Kozlowski battling it out in the focuses. We've got Braden on the back of Frederick Sarkis now for P2 up the inside. It's like there's a bit of black stuff there. I'm going to take that and I'm going to wash it right out to the outside. But it's going to let Matthew Pritchard up, but Frederick's still out in front of Pritchard for now. Pritchard's just got to look after that tyre wear as we saw him fall back towards the end of that race. Matthew Pritchard now up the back of the 3. So this is a battle for P2 now. And we've got Vlad up the back there, trying to take Chandra on the inside, which he'll get if he covers that inside line. Chandra's trying to do the crossover. But Frederick Sarkis back up front. Braden's got the best line for here, and he's probably going to get it, but he's letting his brother in. Matthew trying to move up 2 places, but watch this next corner. There's 6 guys trying to go into one corner. Vlad's up the inside nice and easy. Oh, just almost lost the tail there. Just has to regroup and get it on as Braden's stretching out now. Just go up in the chopper cam. So he gets the drive out of that corner, taking Frederick Sarkis's position for P4. Oh, you can see the tail end of Vlad's going wide, and that's got him Jim's Mowing Award. So too Frederick Sarkis further behind. Jason Brooks down in P12 at the moment. Really suffering after that incident with Troy Cieslawski. Oh. This is the racing we want to see. Pretty clean. These guys have been racing with each other all year. They know what to expect from the other drivers. As James Sarkis stretching out that lead now to over 5 seconds. Looking in the rear vision mirror, and all he can see is little dots, and the dots are moving and fighting each other. As we've got a white dot, red dot, and an aqua dot, turquoise dot. Vlad just coming out third best out of that lot on that corner. Not his strongest. Oh, 6th gear really tapping out there. Look at the inside line. Really burning up that front end. Was it almost a 5-way battle still? A lot of position change and direction change for this track. You've got to get over to the other side and get the better line for the next corner. Oh, this is... Vlad's leaving himself open. Very close. He's trying to hold the inside line. Matt Pritchard getting loose. He wants to come back in, but there's no room there. He's going to get stuck. Vlad just collecting it there. You can see the speed difference with Scott Flack just going through, taking 2 positions up in a P4. Alright, so Chandra now up on Braden Pritchard for P2. Round the outside. He doesn't have the position, but he's trying to squeeze Braden out, but he's got the full car length out in front. Braden trying to go up and under, but he won't have the right line for the next corner. Oh yes he will if he keeps the momentum. He's got to stay out here, hold deep, brake deep, but it's cost him. Oh, and Flack gets punted in the back there. Alright, so this is a replay for Scott Flack chasing Braden Pritchard. Oh, Matthew Pritchard coming in too hot. Taking out Scott Flack there. So Flack falling back into P8, back up front. Sarkis, look, there's no one behind him. He's got a 6.5 second lead out in front. Commanding lead from Scott Flack. Chandra coming up for P2. Braden trying all he can to defend against. Oh, Tokarev just hanging the back end out, getting a better launch. And he's going to get the job done. Had to back off a little bit, letting Vlad out a little bit further, giving him some breathing room. Braden keeps locking up. He goes into the corners too deep. Just got to pull all that speed back just to make the turn. He's going to let his brother Matthew get him if he doesn't look out. Lap 9 of 11 in race 2. Oh, Matthew getting up the inside, getting a better drive. Braden has to back off to stay on track. And it's Matthew moving up into P4. Jeff Wynn coming up into P6, overtaking Frederick Sarkis now. Getting used to this rear wheel drive, the tyres are a lot better for him. Scott Flack down in P8. That means Tolhurst is back in P9. Brooksy moving up from P12 into 10 so far. Troy Kozlowski. And that's Phil Whiteman too, chasing him down as well. So that's positions 11 and 12. The credit where credit's due. James Sarkis still holding out a 4.5 second lead ahead of charging Chandra and Tokarev. James Sarkis waving the flag for New South Wales. With no mistakes, he'll be taking out race 2 with a commanding lead ahead of Chandra from Indonesia and Vlad from Russia. Matthew Pritchard now stretching away from his brother Braden in P4 and 5. Jeff Wynn defending against Scott Flack from SimHaus Racing in P6 and 7. He's going to give this car one more race, see how it goes, and he may switch back to his old faithful Ford Focus. Okay, so it's Sarkis just ahead of Tolhurst and Brooks in the background there. All right, we're on the last lap. We're on the leader now, James Sarkis from Sydney, and an ever-closing Chandra and Tokarev, reducing that deficit to just under 2 seconds by the time they get to the last corner of the race. But it doesn't matter. He's done enough to hold out, and he's going to take race 2. Fantastic drive, unbothered for the whole race, and he's crossed the line for his first win. Then it's Chandra Tokarev. And it's Matthew Pritchard in 4, Braden in 5. Here comes Jeff Wynn and Scott Flack crossing the line. Jason Brooks just holding out against Tolhurst, forcing Tolhurst to go round. That means Frederick Sarkis has fallen back. And it's Kozlowski just getting it ahead of Phil Whiteman. Okay, race 2, it was James Sarkis, Eric Chandra, and Vlad Tokarev, your top 3. Then Matthew Pritchard, Braden Pritchard in 4 and 5. Jeff Wynn, as we saw, just ahead of Scott Flack, and Jason Brooks just ahead of Luke Tolhurst crossing the line. Frederick Sarkis falling down the back again, finishing in P10. And then it's Troy Kozlowski, Phil Whiteman. Your top 12. All right, you know what comes after 2, and that's 3. So we'll come back for race 3 right after these messages.
Entertainment Park has so much to it.
And we are proud to announce that we have joined forces with this incredible place. They've got simulation cars.
You can choose your own car like a Formula One.
Or V8 supercars, and you can choose your own track. I love the mountain. I'm king of the mountain. Not Mount Jewett, Mount Panorama.
Plus, there's an incredible go-kart track. No fumes, no smell.
And it's got a booster button too.
These booster buttons, unlike a video game, they're real. I'll catch you. Beat your fastest lap. Challenge your friends.
Have a feed at the cafe with an unbelievable menu. What? Dessert, coffee, and of course, a fully licensed bar.
10-pin bowling, video games, skills testers, laughs, play area, chill out areas and lounges, DJs and fun music.
It's safe, friendly, and plenty of parking. But some people drive to the city for that.
That's stupid.
Book now at entertainmentpark.com.au. Not just for kids.
All right, race 3. The boys are gridding up, getting ready to go. All right, just waiting for the green flag to drop. Race 3. We've got a 5-lap race. Revs are rising. We can hear the lights going. Watch the green flag drop. There it goes on the tower there. Scott Fleck up in front. So too Jeff Wynn in the Subaru. It's too wide, the Subi. Oh, Jeff going wide, but he manages to pull it back in. Tokarev almost ending up in the grass there. Oh, it all compresses in. It's getting pretty hot and heavy in the back there. Scott Fleck out in front. Chandra up into 2. Pritchard, then Tokarev. Wynn falling back. It's like a pinball machine here. We've got 4 wide. Deep into this corner. As I said before, the Subaru is very slippery in the opening laps. But out in front is Scott Flack. Gapping Chandra and Matthew Pritchard. He's hoping these two will battle it out and leaving him alone, as he's been showing some good pace throughout the racing, throughout the night. Down into turn 1. Tokarev trying to stay in touch with these guys now. All single file into turn 2. Hoping Jason Brooks has a better race this time. Frederick Sarkis mentioning that he had less than 20% tyre wear on that last race, so we'll see if he can manage it a lot better in race 3. Usually it takes these guys a couple of races to really sort it out. Pritchard taking a nice line in the middle there. He's got Tokarev right behind him. On board with Pritchard now. We can see Vlad in his rear vision mirror. Chandra going out wide to take it tight down the main straight. Scott Flack still out in front, Chandra behind, Matthew Pritchard third still. Vlad Tokarev trying again. Both going out to get a wider entry and a nice smooth exit. Tokarev's going to go up the inside. I can feel it in my bones. But Pritchard covering that off nicely. So we're watching him come over. Some great undulation here at Hampton Downs in New Zealand. Nice short track. This will be fun for the boys. When seeing the background, Braden Pritchard. Oh, he's gone wide there, letting the 2 Motorbase red Focuses come up, but he's fighting back. Just clipping Brooks here, looks like, as he falls further back. James Sarkis, race 2 winner back in P7, just ahead of Tolhurst here. Then we've got Jason Brooks behind him, Jeff Wynn, front row back into P10, then it's Troy Cieslowski and Phil Whiteman further back. So big battle here now for P2. The boys have caught up to the back of Chandra, and I dare say they're going to catch the back of Scott Flack. Flack just trying to drive his own racing line to just be consistent as he can, as these guys will be start making mistakes to defend their position, and that'll mean Scott Flack can just stretch out that lead as we saw James Sarkis do in race 2. But some nice smooth driving from these two. Left-hand drive Subaru, rear-wheel drive, trying to tuck into the slipstream. The shorter gear ratio, definitely a better option, but it means it's just going to tap out. Watch Tokarev tuck up the inside. Distract him. Yes, here he goes. Oh, he's just clipped it, just holding on to it as Pritchard tried to take the racing line and took his nose right at the wrong spot, losing a couple of half a second there. Pritchard down to first gear, getting a good exit out of that corner. Some great racing. This is the front of the field. Scott Flack, Chandra. Tokarev trying to upset the flow of Tokarev now. Oh, Pritchard just going wide, and that was enough for Tokarev to take up the inside. And Pritchard's just got to tuck back into P4. As Scott Flack's coming under fire from Eric Chandra now. We can see Tokarev going wide, wanting to get on the gas early and get a launch, but wasn't smooth enough. Chandra was, though, getting up the inside of Flack. Flack not defending that inside line. And Tokarev squeezes through as well. Tokarev actually getting up the inside of Chandra now to drag race into turn 1. Or is he going to stay tight, get on the rear early? Very loose when he tries to get on the gas. And that's where he's losing the time to Chandra. Oh, up the inside on the bit of the grass. Flacky's going to move back up into P2 if he doesn't be careful here. The view from Scott Flack's position, watching the two, waiting for a mistake to happen. Chandra's going to hold that inside line, make Tokarev work for it. And Tokarev won't be able to come back in. Scott Flack's got to get on the gas, tuck in. And whatever Vlad does in front, he's got to do the opposite if he wants to make that position. Looks like we've got a battle further back. It's Brooks at the head of this field, then it's Sarkis, Pritchard, Tolhurst, and Wynn. This is another 5-car battle. This is for P6, I should say. It's a drag race across the start-finish line. It's lap 9 of 11. We're almost finished. We wish it could go longer. Pritchard's going to go straight ahead. No, he's not. He's held it on track. He's lost a couple of positions there. good mates Jeff Wynn and Tolhurst. Jeff trying to get past him. He's trying to just contain the rear end of that Subaru. As Vlad's up in front now, Chandra. And then Black and Pritchard. And there's Frederick Sarkis out by himself. He's doing a much better job in race 3, looking after those tyres. His teammate Jason Brooks further back. And now we've got James Sarkis defending against Tolhurst. Tolhurst got strong tyres. Really nursing his tyres well here. Second last lap of the race, and we've got battles all going on all over, as you can see in the timing line. The timing tower down the left hand side there. Looks like these guys are spread out a little bit. Pritchard just falling back, so he's made a little mistake. Brooksy stretching away from this group in P6, but that's Tolhurst and Sarkis. What can Tolhurst do? Oh, he's just got up on 2 wheels trying to get up over. He's got Jeff right behind him now. Oh, he's left it wide, but he's got a better position for the next turn. He's got the inside line. Can he hold it in front of Jeff, or will he overshoot it, letting Jeff up the inside? No, he's done a great job. Tolhurst doing everything he can to chase down James Sarkis, but we'll go back to the front of the pack as Tokarev leading from Chandra and Flack in third. Matthew Pritchard falling back into P4. Frederick Sarkis out by himself as well. So the front 6 really just spreading out, but the battle, here's the battle. It's a 3-way. James Sarkis in the middle here. Tolhurst getting the better of Sarkis, but can Jeff Wing get up the inside on this corner? We've got to watch the leaders as they come around the final turn. And here comes Vlad coming around. So race 3, well done, goes to Vlad Tokarev. He's happy with that one, flashing the headlights. Chandra P2, Flack P3, Pritchard is in P4. Sarkis coming up the main straight for 5, Jason Brooks. But here's the battle, as Tolhurst, Sarkis, James Sarkis and Jeff Wynn. Who's it going to be? Looks like James Sarkis just got the better of those two. Troy Cieslawski coming across the line. And that means Braden's fallen back. And Phil Whiteman finishing in P12. Okay, race 3 results. It's Vlad Tokarev taking that one ahead of Eric Chandra. And then it's Scott Flack holding P3 ahead of Matthew Pritchard, taking another P4 for tonight. Frederick Sarkis getting on top of that front wheel drive, finishing in P5. Then it was Jason Brooks. Luke Tolhurst fighting hard to get a couple of positions in the end, finishing in 7th place. James Sarkis just splitting the friends. And Jeff Wynn needed one more lap to get that position, but not to be. Troy Cieslawski finishing 10th. And then it's Braden Pritchard and Bill Whiteman. All right, we'll be back after these messages. Stay tuned.
Tahi, tell them about Entertainment Park.
Well, this place, it's like, it's...
My favourite place in the world!
The thing about this place is that
It's fun for all ages, no matter what your age. You'll love it.
what I really want to say about Entertainment Park is,
They have the best go-karts plus a great cafe. Games, bowling, simulation, but the go-karts, oh my God, they are so much fun.
look, thing is that this place is,
Perfect for my birthday party. Everyone said it was the best birthday party ever. Yeah!
what I really want to say about this place is,
Just say it!
it's a fully hectic, oh my God, venue.
Finally, entertainmentpark.com.au. And as Tahi says, it's hectic.
And oh my God.
Alright, race 4 about to come your way. Stay tuned. Thanks for joining us. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Get your mates to come and watch it with you as we get into race 4 for tonight. Random grid. These boys do not have a choice as where they start, but we're trying to make it as fair as possible, but it is a random order. What's not working? Don't know. Alright, we do apologise, we've got to restart. Do apologise, we've got to restart the weekend, so we'll go to a quick commercial break and fix everything up, and we'll be back as soon as possible. Okay, thanks for waiting. We're still about to get race 4 underway. We had one of the drivers unable to join in, so we've just set that up, ready to go. It's going to be Luke Tolhurst. Jeff Wynn up front. Tokarev Whiteman, head 3 and 4. Jason Brooks, James Sarkis. Your third row. Fourth row will be Frederick Sarkis, Scott Flack. Then it's Matthew Pritchard, Chandra, Chislowski and Pritchard at the back. We'll try and watch the aerial view as we start. Oh, bad start from Phil Whiteman, causing a bit of a delay there. Vlad getting up the front from the second row. Luke Tolhurst up in the second. That's Jason Brooks in the third. Oh, we've got, that's Jeff Wynn in the new car. He's gone. Oh. He's getting punted everywhere. Pritchard getting loose as well. He's fallen back, but he's got to regroup. He's pointing the right way, so off he goes. And that's Jeff Wynn, second last with Phil Whiteman last. So Vlad, let's see if the boys can chase him. Luke Tolhurst. Oh, and it's just a sea of front wheel drives right behind him. Tolhurst, Jason Brooks, second and third. Chandra coming up behind as well. Then we've got James Sarkis, Scott Flack dragging it out. This a view down the main straight, crossing the line as the sun comes out. Tapping out 6th gear in the short gear ratio. Holding it in tight, wants to get on the gas early and let it out wide. Under the bridge into turn 1. This is the national circuit, so it's a shorter version. Nice tight twisty for these cars, love. Good, great combination. As Pritchard's trying to get past Chislowski in the background here. And looks Chislowski's missing from that, so he's fallen to the back there. Tokarev stretching that lead already, 2.2 seconds. Brooks got the job on Tolhurst. The Pinkmobile still in P3 though, now has got a very quick Chandra and Pritchard right behind him. Sochi, Frederick Sarkis and James as well. Coming up behind, fastest lap of the race so far, but that'll increase. A 104.677 goes to Vlad Tokarev. It's Chandra down the back of Tokarev. Will he get up the inside? No. Tolhurst is protecting that line. So come though, that nice crest. Oh, but he's gone wide to let Chandra up in the inside. Oh, he's nestled in behind Pritchard. On board with James Sarkis now. He's got drivers behind him. Luke Tolhurst, but in front it's his cousin Frederick Sarkis and Pritchard up the road. Oh, Scott Flack just getting balked around the outside of Luke Tolhurst. Tolhurst holding that position up on the inside, but Flack trying to straighten up and get the power down early to get that inside line. Luke holding it, but will he break early enough? Yes, he does. Nice job. Here comes Braden Pritchard. Chasing down Scott Flack. Battle for P8 at the moment, or I should say P2, because they're all there right in front of him. Chandra holding up Pritchard and Brooks. No, that's Frederick Sarkis in the red Ford Focus there, and that's James Sarkis behind him. Jason Brooks further up the road. There he is in P2, so it's Blad, Jason Brooks in P2, Chandra. These guys are really quick drivers, very accomplished sim drivers, so we've got some of the best from around the world racing with us here tonight. Make sure you like it, subscribe, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell just to make sure you get notified of the next race that we stream here at Entertainment Park. So Chandra's still just ahead of Pritchard, Sarkis, and then Flack at the back of this pack. And here comes Braden Pritchard getting past Tolhurst. Tolhurst trying to get back up the inside. Oh, just a little tap on the back of Pritchard. But they both move on. Jeff coming to grips with the front wheel drive car now. He's made the switch for race 4. And it's Phil Whiteman and Troy Cieslowski down the back here. Alright, Brooksy out by himself. He's got a 3-second gap behind him to Eric Chandra. We've got 5 laps left. 5 laps left in the race. Will we see any more position changes? We've got Sarkis, Pritchard and Chandra. Matthew Pritchard and Eric Chandra staying together the whole night, pretty much. So they know what corner to protect against the other, covering all possible moves. They really just got to concentrate on being as smooth as they can to slowly stretch away from the drivers in front. That's exactly what Tokarev has done out in front, stretching that out to 3.7 seconds. Black trying to overtake James Sarkis just in front, but not enough gears in that gearbox. Well, he's going out wide. He wants to get a nice run, momentum. He's got high top speed. You can see him gaining. He's not going to have enough into the braking zone. He's got to outsmart him if he's going to pass. Oh, but he's backed off the accelerator. He knows he can't hold on to that, because he's got Pritchard closing in on his revision mirror now. Look at this, this is a 4-way battle. And I'll say this is for P5. Look at that, line of stern down the straight. That was Brooks, now it's Chandra, Pritchard, Sarkis, Flack, Pritchard. Oi. No, not that one. Flack putting some pressure on Sarkis now. So to the other Sarkis, it's all compressing up, and that means Braden Pritchard's coming up behind this lot. They're switching sides. So too Flack, he's switching the opposite. He's got to do the exactly opposite, but don't leave himself open. A Pritchard behind has been known to clip a few rear quarters in the year. Oh, Flack flirting with death around the outside. But that's the first one to lose out, and now it's a 3-way battle. These two, oh, they're kissing up the front. Did you see that? I think we might try and... Let's watch that. Yes, let's watch it from above. Watch the two outside kiss each other and off they go. Oh, that's pretty. Alright, so back to live. Tokarev stretching that lead out to 5 seconds now out in front. There he is, race leader, all out there by himself. Jason Brooks, Eric Chandra. And that's Matthew Pritchard down the back. Jaslowski DNFing. That means Pritchard's just got it on flack and James Sarkis falling back into P8. But is Luke Tolhurst coming up to put pressure on Sarkis? Has he used up all his tyres with only 2 laps to go? Matthew Pritchard just going through the screen there. Then that means Frederick Sarkis. Braden Pritchard's now up on the back of Frederick Sarkis. Oh, this is going to get tasty. That goes to Scott. Bringing up a bit of the grass there. Oh, now we're compressing up again. James Sarkis wants to get on the back of this if he wants any more positions. We are on the second last lap of the race, so it is heating up. As we're closing in, Tokarev a full 6 seconds ahead of Jason Brooks out front, but the battle's back here. Frederick trying the inside line, he's going to protect it, but Braden's going to go the out and under. Not enough. Flack hasn't gained on that either. So it's turning into a three-way battle. James Sarkis just floating off the back there. So this is the battle across the finish line. Hey. Alright, we're changing lines. Can Flack go on the inside? Flack's got to try something completely different, which he's doing. Oh, he's getting the momentum, but he's opening himself up to James Sarkis behind. We're on the last lap of the race with Vlad Tokarev. Only 2 corners to go. These guys have got a couple more. Oh, Sarkis just protecting that inside line from Pritchard. But if he overshoots, Pritchard's going to go up the inside, and that's exactly what he does. Thankfully, he doesn't go across the nose. Oh, three-way, no. Sarkis losing out again, and Flack's got 2 positions there. We have to go across the start-finish line to show the winner. Well-deserved, quite solid out in front. Okay, so that means Brooks is going to collect second for race 4. Chandler's going to take 4. Pritchard out by himself, but the battle's back here. Scott Flack, Braden Pritchard. It's a drag race up to the start-finish line. Frederick Sarkis, James Sarkis, who's going to get it? Frederick just getting it. Congratulations, that means Luke Tolhurst closes. Jeff Wynn locks up the fronts, and Phil Whiteman, Troy Cieslowski retiring. Okay, so race results. For race 4, Vlad Tokarev taking the win. Jason Brooks, solid second ahead of Eric Chandra. Matthew Pritchard, another P4 for him. Scott Flack gaining that position there with Braden Pritchard right behind him in 6. That means Frederick Sarkis, James Sarkis, 7 and 8. Luke Tolhurst doing what he could to stay with the pack, and Jeff Wynn still getting used to that front wheel drive after the mid-round switch into the Ford Focus. Then it was Phil Whiteman and Troy Cieslowski. All right, one more race to go. Stay tuned. We'll be back as soon as we can. Okay, race 5, last race of the round. Boys are getting pretty tired. So grid up for the last race of the round, race 5. We've got Jason Brooks, Luke Tolhurst up front, Scott Black, Phil Whiteman, Frederick Sarkis, Braden Pritchard. On the 3rd row, 4th row is James Sarkis, Troy Zaslowski, then it's Eric Chandra, Jeff Wynn and Vlad Tokarev. All right. All right, so Troy Zaslowski falling asleep on the line, so too Scott Flack trying to stay out of trouble. It's Jason Brooks getting the whole shot out front. Eric Chandra trying to move up a few spots successfully. Starting from the back of the grid, Vlad Tokarev on the inside there. Oh, Jeff Wynn almost losing it, but manages to hold in the background. Vlad Tokarev start at the back of the pack. Oh, Chandra getting up in a... getting the shoulders down. That's Vlad turned around. That's Vlad falling back. Try and find out what happened there. There's plenty of action still happening, but we're on a replay with Vlad Tokarev. Oh, Troy Zaslowski coming from nowhere. Take out Vlad out in front. As he rejoins back in P10. Scott Flack back in 9. So as the dust settles, it's Jason Brooks out in front. Frederick Sarkis, here he comes. The 2 teammates. 10 laps to go with only 2 laps down. Eric Chandra up where he likes to be, up the pointy end of the field. But can he stay there? James Sarkis up there with him as well. Luke Tolhurst holding down P5, but here comes Braden Pritchard trying to come to grips with these cars. And that's Jeff Wynn behind him. So he's improved on this race already in P7. Phil Whiteman doing a great job now in P8. We've lost a driver. I'm trying to figure out who we're missing. Still got Brooks. We've got the Sarkises. Do we have both Pritchards? I think we're missing Matt Pritchard. Yes, it looks like we're missing Matt Pritchard for the night, so... looks like he's gone a bit early tonight. He's a plumber, so he has to get up early in the morning. Alright, Phil Whiteman, Scott Flack, both in the Mercedes A45s. That is P8 and 9. Up ahead, the mates again. Luke Tolhurst, Jeff Newen. Braden just ahead of them too. So we're going back up the field now. There it is. That's Brooksy out in front. And it's Sarkis. Chandra down the back. Jeff Wynn. Oh, Flacky's trying to come up the inside. Will he get it under brakes? And Tokarev on the outside, so whichever way Flacky goes, Tokarev's going to follow. Oh God, that's tight through that corner. Still a drag race. Phil still out in front. Getting a nice run. Flacky out wide to come in, nice line. Tolhurst and Newen still battling it out. Tokarev trying to get up through the field. Out in front again, it's Brooksy After lap 4, Frederick Sarkis has got Chandra closing in right behind him, so this is going to get tight towards the end of the race. So Jeff Newen getting past Luke Tolhurst. That's a position change for P6, and Flack's going to try and get up there before the end of the race. Only 6 laps to go, a few seconds, a bit of a gap on the track there. But anything can happen, as we've seen throughout the night's racing. Oh, here we go, as expected. Chandra putting pressure on Brooksy for P2. Oh, he's gone out wide. Still got the line there. Couple of battles still out on track. You can see him coming around the hairpin. 4 guys coming around the back there. Jeff Newen at the front, that's in P6, and then Vlad Tokarev, one of the faster drivers out there. He's spun early on, and he wants to get back up. Gain a few more positions before the night is done. Brooksy trying different angles. He's got the inside line. Does he get the launch out of the corner? No, he won't be able to get that one. It's Sarkis, sorry, not Brooks. Brooks is out in front. Out by himself, 4.5 seconds. This is Sarkis. Five laps remaining. Sarkis needs to close that gap. He's doing that, but he'll probably lose it on the exit there. Okay, so Brooksy holding firm over 4-second lead ahead of these two, who'll be battling it out and slowing each other up. James Sarkis defending against Braden Pritchard now, the battle for 4th. Further back, oh, Tokarev, will he get up the inside of Luke? Yeah, it looks like Luke just let him go, and he wants to follow him as he passes his mate, Jeff Newen, just in front, trying to gain that position. Scott Flack's trying to hold on as well. Oh, so close. These guys racing close with each other. This is the closest, biggest battle on track at the moment as Tokarev right in the middle of the two mates, gets up the inside. It's a drag race across the start finish line, 3 cars, and there's another one behind Luke, which is Scott Black. Oh, Luke going for the dive bomb, and he's taken out Vlad Tokarev. Yeah, I don't know about that one either, Valerie. I think Luke's waiting up for Vlad there. That was a big dive bomb. You saw that live. All right, with 3 laps to go, we'll go back through the field. Jason Brooks out in front. All alone with a 4.5 second gap over Chandra, who's stretching away from Frederick Sarkis now that he's broken that rubber band. That means James Sarkis is still defending against Braden Pritchard. It's another drag race over the start finish line with 2 laps to go. Nice and tight. Braden really looking after those tyres. And he's still firmly in P5 at the moment. Wants to make it P4 before the end of the race. So they battle it out. Jeff Newen defending against Scott Flack now. Flack's made up a couple of positions. Oh, he's on a roll here. Will he get the inside? Jeff just coming across, but he's overshot it, giving Scott a free run up into P6. Jeff relegated back to P7. And that's Vlad just behind, charging up behind after getting cleaned out by Luke Tolhurst. Phil Whiteman catching as well down the back, to the back of Luke Tolhurst. Phil's been improving throughout the night. His fastest lap has been a 1:07.458. I think it's his second race with us, so yeah, looking forward to him joining our races from now on. So we go back up the front to our leader, Jason Brooks, on our second last lap of the race. Chandra is closing, but I don't think there's going to be enough in there. Jason's been out there by himself, able to run his own race, control those tyres, which is very important in this class, being a front-end, front-wheel drive car. Jason Brooks racing with us from Victoria. We've got Frederick Sarkis, James Sarkis down the back. So the two cousins racing from New South Wales. So too Braden Pritchard. Up over the main straight, the leader taking the white flag. We are on the last lap. You see on the track map, top right hand corner, the field is spread out. So the closest battle would be James Sarkis and Braden Pritchard on screen. James making some little mistakes here. The front end of the field. Oh, actually, Frederick Sarkis. That's it. But we'll go to Jason Brooks, who's led this race pretty much from the start. Lap 2, I think, or lap 1. And he's going to cross the line, taking the checkered flag. Congratulations to Jason Brooks. All right, checkered flag. Well done, Eric Chandra, P2. That means Frederick Sarkis coming up for a P3 position ahead of his cousin. Great result for Frederick Sarkis. And we've got Braden Pritchard, Scott Flack, Vlad Tokarev. And then it was Jeff Newen and Tolhurst showing us some stuntman skills as they cross the line. So final results for race 5, it was Jason Brooks all the way, finishing ahead of Eric Chandra in P2. Frederick Sarkis settling in nicely for P3, one of his best results tonight, ahead of his cousin James Sarkis. Braden Pritchard doing a nice, solid, stable job to finish in P5 ahead of Scott Flack, who got caught up in that earlier incident, and so too Vlad Tokarev had to fight back hard to finish P7. Jeff Newen still getting used to the front wheel again, finishes in P8 ahead of his mate Luke Tolhurst. And Phil Whiteman taking P10 ahead of Phil Whiteman and Troy Cieslawski in P11. So we hope you enjoyed tonight's racing. Make sure you tune in and subscribe down below and get the notifications as to when we'll be racing next. But until then, stay tuned and thanks for watching.